President Obama has been telling world leaders at the UN this week about the strong U.S. economy. A new poll, though, does not back up his claim. Gallup says Americans who say they're in the middle or the upper class dropping by 10 points since President Obama took office. That's self-identifying as middle America, self-identifying shrinking. Joining us now, former White House press secretary to George W. Bush, Ari Fleischer. Ari, welcome back to the program. It's always good to see you, sir.
Thank you, Stuart.
Why isn't the economy and a return to prosperity topic number one in this election campaign? Why not?
You know, for the American people, topic number one domestically is the lack of economic growth. You feel it, and this is the most important factor that makes people think the country's on the right track or wrong track, more than unemployment, more than a lot of the other data. And the reason is obvious. It impacts our paychecks. It impacts our sense of optimism about the future. And when an economy is growing at a 1.1% rate, certain people are going to do well, the upper echelons, but most Americans aren't, and that's where we are.
So why is this not topic one in the election campaign? I mean, I understand that Hillary Clinton maybe wants to soft pedal that for a while, but I don't understand why Donald Trump hasn't promoted. I got a growth plan. I don't know why he doesn't do that.
Because Donald Trump hasn't handled it properly. When the economic data came out, the first GDP numbers, and it said it was 1.2%, I think he was attacking a Republican that day, if I recall. When it came out at 1.1%, they put out a statement from the staff. You know, these are predictable, known dates when the revisions to GDP come out, when the next major economic data comes out. You can put it on a planning calendar and build your political campaign around it. They failed on those two. Now, they tried to catch up to them, and Donald Trump did talk about them days later, but it was too late.
I don't know whether, are you a never Trump guy?
Oh, no. I have said, and I said it in May when he won the Indiana primary, that there's a lot about Donald Trump that I don't like, but I will vote for him over Hillary any day.
What do you think of the latest polls which show it's really, really tight, and the Electoral College count is tightening a little bit? What do you make of this?
You know, I still think it is likely that Hillary wins this race. Donald Trump has just become too unpopular. Now, the thing I look for is more than the head-to-heads, these fascinating polls, is the favorable and unfavorables in the battleground states. Donald Trump has to make himself as liked or as less disliked as Hillary Clinton is. If the gap is huge between, or significant, between the number of people who don't like her and the number of people who don't like him, he can't win. That's where he's got to cut that gap.
Do you think, look, I've not seen any polls, either yesterday or today, which take into account the terror attacks over the weekend. So I don't know if that will affect the polling. But I do believe that this guy Rahami, I'm sorry, I do apologize there, Rahami, I think he has become an election issue. Donald Trump says, keep people like that out. And Hillary Clinton is talking about bringing a lot more refugees, Muslims, into the country. What do you say?
You know, and there should also be equal focus on what happened in Minnesota, where one person who did make this overt Islamic terrorism attacked Americans and injured many. You know, history does show that when there are terrorist attacks in our country, people want strength. They want somebody who will do something about it. Now, Hillary makes the case that she has the judgment to do something about it. Trump makes the case he has the strength to do something about it. History does tend to lean toward Trump's argument.
Okay, we'll leave it at that. Ari Fleischer, it's a pleasure to have you on the show. Thanks, Ari.